Hey everybody, it's Mr. N, and we are back, and we're going to do a couple quick review multiple choice questions for the AP test, concepts that we should be studying. So let's take a look at this first one. And on the first one, it says the average rate of change of the function f of x equals x squared plus 5x on the interval 3 to 8. So we need to find the average of that. So since we are taking a look at the average is basically let me get my right color here. The average is basically delta x over delta t is what we are looking for. So in this case, it's going to be f of b minus the f of a over the b minus a. All right, so that's what we are going to do in this problem. And in this case, we have f of 8, which we need to solve for, and f of 3, which we need to solve for. So plugging in 8 into our equation, we get 8 squared plus 5 times 8. And that gives us an answer of 104. We do the same thing with the 3. We get 3 squared plus 5 times 3, and that results into 9 plus 15, which is 24. So now plugging these in simply, we're going to get 104. So this becomes 104 minus the 24 over the 8 minus 5. And in this case, this will give us 80 divided by 5. Sorry, this should be 8 minus 3. Let's correct that. Sorry, it was 8 minus 3. So that gives us 80 divided by 5, which will give us 16 as our answer. So we are looking at B. All right, let's move on to the next one. So let's take a look at what we have here. And number 2 says if the integral from 0 to 6 of f of x dx equals 10, then the integral from 3 to 0 of g of x. So we have got two functions, f of x and g of x. D of x equals negative 5. And from 3 to 6, f of x is going to be 6. Find the value of this. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. We are told from 0 to 6. So if I just imagine a number line. I always teach you guys put these on a number line. So f of x, let's go ahead and put f of x on a number line. And over here, we're going to have 0, and we're going to have 6. So if I move this distance over here, it's going to tell me the area of that is going to be 10. And then here, g of x is something completely different, so let's just hold on to that. But I am going to note that they tell me that g of x is the integral from 3 to 0. So if I change this to be the integral from 0 to 3, this becomes negative g of x. So I'm going to want to do that. So this becomes 0 to 3 of this becomes, this would be negative 5. So I would say the integral from 0 to 3 of g of x dx equals positive 5. Okay, so let's put that on the side to note. Now let's do this next part here. They tell me from 3 to 6. So from 3 to 6, this value, this is at 3, this whole value right here is going to be 6, which would leave me with this piece right there, because I know the whole thing has to be 10, that piece right there needs to be 4. Since they gave me this information as this length from 3 to 6, that part of the integral is 6, and that means the area from 0 to 3 would have to be 4. So let's go ahead now put all this together into what they're asking us to do. So this is the integral from 0 to 3 of 2 times f of x plus 5g of x and this dx. So this can be changed from 0 to 3 and I'm going to put a 2 out here, and I'll put the f of x dx plus, now I'll put the 5, and remember the integral can be split apart into both, like we say kind of like it's a distributable type function. So this becomes 0 to 3 of g of x dx. All right, so this becomes 2. Now, the integral from 0 to 3 of f of x is right here. We already found that. So that's going to be 4 plus 5, and the integral from 0 to 3, we did that right there. That's going to be 5. So over here, I'm going to end up with 8 plus the 25, which gives me 33. So that would make C as my answer. And there you go. We had two quick multiple choice questions that we reviewed. These are concepts you definitely need to know for the AP test. So thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for the next set of videos.